When I came to Australia in 1984, as a teenager, I really struggled to find good Malaysian food. What passed for Malaysian food just did not really cut it. I consider myself as someone who can actually cook a very, very broad range of Malaysian food and Asian food in general, really, just by virtue of pure desperation of missing the food of my childhood. When my restaurant was still around and I was still trying to figure out how I was going to be able to fit everything in. I was running a restaurant full-time. I still also had a lot of food-related activities like catering, like market events and all that sort of stuff, all tied into my brand. And I knew I was about to give birth to what was going to be essentially a child who was going to need round-the-clock care for the rest of his life. When Noah came along and I had to pivot my brand from being just a restaurant owner, albeit one who was actually pretty active on social media, to one who is now essentially a content creator, I wouldn't have been able to do it without the technology to back me up. When I started live streaming, the kind of hardware I had and the kind of internet connectivity I had was not going to cut it when you actually broadcast, not just to a small group of up to 10 people, but to the entire world. I was using an old, crappy 3-4-year-old laptop, and then Lenovo heard about me and they sent me their devices. So over the last 7 years, I've been able to build my audience from a couple of thousand to, at its height, 1.9 million plus. I've actually done live streaming across a number of different platforms. YouTube and Facebook Live especially as well. It's a different format, different audience, different kinds of engagement. They're all different, but Twitch is very, very chill, and I kind of like it like that. I'm actually especially passionate about helping bootstrap entrepreneurs. So recently I started up this community called Food Fame. My focus after all these years, 7+ years of doing live video, has moved from just generally giving them advice on how to succeed in food, and now is branding through video. So that's something I hope to be able to coach people on doing, how to ultimately even start up their own cooking show online. I started out my entire journey out of a passion to be able to recreate the memories of my childhood in Malaysia through its food, right? And now I get to share it with the rest of the world.